If there's one thing recruitment companies regret not doing on Bullhorn, it's adding the terms and conditions of their clients to the company records. It's really easy to do. Here's the best way to do it. So as you can see here, we've got several companies within this Bullhorn account whose terms have been signed. The terms have been agreed, yes. We've also added in the standard fee arrangement, the percentage, and also the date they were signed. So let me show you how we've done that. So we've come into Bullhorn. You can either add these on when you are adding the company on, but the odds are that that won't be in there yet. But if you do, it will look blank like this. And actually, as you can see, I've made no the default. Alternatively, you can come into a company on Bullhorn that's already there, such as Zonco's. We're going to go to edit and we're going to fill in this information. So the terms signed, yes. The standard fee is 20% and the date that was signed was the 2nd of January. That is going to update that and therefore will populate their profile. And as you can see, some of that information is pulled onto this main page. Secondly, we also need to update the files and upload the terms and conditions. Files, upload, we're going to find the document. That will upload. And once it's done that, we're going to make sure that we title this as a fee agreement. Now, you can, of course, edit these. You may not want everybody to see these. You may need to add comments against this. You can have that flexibility with whatever you may need. So now, if we come and take a look at our main companies, if we can see Zonco's down here was 0. If we refresh this search, you can see that that has now been filled in. Now, what we want to do is make sure we can really clearly see who our terms are with. So by adding in terms signed yes or no, we can then run a filter. So we can now make sure that everything is filled in and we know who our clients with signed terms are. So we can also do a favorite search, which I would always recommend we do. Clients with terms, save that with my business, everybody in the business. And that is always going to be there. So if anybody in the business needs to come in and see who we've got terms with, it's all saved. And as before, you can, of course, amend any of the columns to what it needs to be. Now, what I might add is I've only covered within this the permanent terms and conditions. If you're doing contract, this obviously would cover contract. If you have terms and conditions that are different for perm and contract, you might want perm terms signed, perm standard fee arrangement, and the date they were signed, and then you might want to replicate that whole thing for contract. And this can all be done within the field mappings within Bullhorn. Once you've got the terms and conditions uploaded to Bullhorn, you have a lot more functionality available within Bullhorn Automation, as you can run automations against companies and contacts who do or do not have signed terms. So definitely worth giving this a go. But once we've got those terms signed, it's going to be moving on to adding a job. Take a look here.